Alrighty, PG-13. This is Delta17. Now, there was a lot to talk about in the last video, and I just couldn't cover it all. But as you can see, this is the exclusive Red Okami figure. And well, I recommend you help out the line, buy a few here and there. You know, I definitely want to get a few more. But it is the end of construction season, so we will see. Now, there was something else I wanted to show you. However, there's tape on this, so I'm going to take it off. Then you end up getting tape on the comic. And you have to pull the comic out of the sleeve here. And just so you get an idea of this comic, I might have to take away that light for a second. And I don't know, it's got a nice, well, it's almost like a soft cover book. It's got definitely nice, beautiful art on it. And you can see shepherds right in the front, Rooster, Leonidas, Preacher, Christelle, and the infantry trooper. And you can just see the detail in the comic. It's just beautiful. Oh wow. And they even have the figures in the back. And there he is. That's the Sentinel. And they're going to have him in blue as well. And you can see this is just fantastic. So if you do love comics, support Delta17. Get your comic at Delta17toys.com. And well, it is awesome. And I'm going to say thank you again to Steve and Ken, because you threw that one in there. And that was just really, really nice of you. I mean, people have to understand there's a reason why I talk about the Delta17 figures a lot. And that is because if you support the line and you buy some figures, you know, the more people buying figures, the faster we're going to get things made. Now, I don't know what's going on with all the turmoil in the world, if they can still get stuff made in China or if they have to find a different factory. I don't know. I don't know about that. They're going to have to look into that, you know. Too much political crap going on in the world. Oh. But anyways, support the line. You know, these Red Okami figures are awesome. The articulation is fantastic. I pulled the other one out of a package just so you can see that, you know, the weapons do fit on here. There's a lot of other people that have done Delta17 figure reviews, so don't forget to go check them out. They'll all give you an honest opinion. Especially Punk with Toys. But now, like I told you, they will send you free T-hooks, because that impeded the articulation, so you wouldn't be able to sit them properly. But I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I don't know. Also, when you start working them a bit, these figures are like well detailed. Like, look at the detail on Rooster. You know, like just tons of ammo pouches. Like, the detail is phenomenal on these figures. And yes, I do have a cold. And like I said, Jagger, his weapons, you know, that's the only one. His main weapon, I think the handle is a little bit too thick, so that can, you know, like not be as great for the hands. And yes, I'm sorry, I do have a cold. But anyways, these figures are fantastic. Do pick some up. And like I said, I will be giving a few figures away. Hopefully once we get our call sign longbow figures, but I don't know, since there's so much turmoil going on in the world, if we're gonna get them or not. But hopefully there's a way. Now Super 7 figures, I have watched a ton of people's reviews on Super 7 figures, and you know, I will be getting mine, well, next week, but unfortunately it didn't make it for this weekend. And a lot of people are taking the Cobra Commander and they're putting the hooded Cobra Commander. So what I might do is, you know, take the hooded Cobra Commander and put his head on and put him in the package and just have some fun with that. You know, say, oh, look at Super 7 made a hooded Cobra Commander. You know, you're going to have some fun. So I think I'll do that in the next video. Don't forget, Marauders Inc. does have some cool weapons. Like, say for example, your Super 7 weapons are going to suck because they're made a little bit too big and bulky. So you're going to want to use vintage weapons. And, you know, you can get extra weapons from Black Major. So Black Major Customs, they have extra weapons you can buy, or you can use your Vintage Joe weapons. And they do have some cool weapons you can get for your figures. You know, I was hoping that Ken and Steve, well, they might be coming out with a weapons pack. Oh, I did want to tell you one thing I just figured out, and that is everyone that has a G.I. Joe Raider, if you have a what is it, battle bunker, guess what I just figured out here. Technically, these wheels from the battle bunker, because I found a parts one in these wheels are slight bigger, but the pegs, the pins fits perfect, it spins perfect, so you can use those wheels on your 1989 G.I. Joe Raider. That is a excellent thing you can do. And now don't forget, like Super 7 figures, oh yes, the O-ring figures, the O-rings, you're going to look on Amazon, it's going to be 100 G.I. Joe 3 2/4 O-rings, and you get a bag of 100, and these O-rings are perfect for the vintage. And the O-rings in the Super 7 figures seem to be a little bit too small. And I find that even with some Joes, you never know. But these O-rings are the perfect size because they're just a touch bigger. So they're actually nicer for your vintage figures. I use them on all my vintage figures. And that's from Amazon.ca or Amazon.com. And you know, those O-rings were great for your figures. I haven't had a O-ring issue with Delta17 figures. It's just the T-bars might prevent the legs from fully, going up. So when you change out the T-bar, then you can just see, it'll fix that. That's the only issue that they really had. And I believe some people are having problems putting on the gas mask, but you just have to find the peg holes in the back of the mask, and then that works out great. But other than that, like, these figures are great. They do help out a orphanages in Congo, which I can't understand why anymore, because a lot of the African countries are turning into the communist countries. So it's almost kind of defeats the purpose of helping people in Africa. But they do what they do because it's for the kids. So I understand that part. And I'm not here to be political, but like, say for example, the BRICS, if you're going to support the BRICS, well then that's just going to build the communist war machine. So you don't think you're going to get war, you're going to get war if you support the dollar, if you support the BRICS. That's just how it is. So I guess anyways, we're not political here. I don't care, but it's going to affect us, so I care in that sense. But you know what? All these Western countries can just trade with each other, and then it'll be just like before, where the value of a currency will just go up because we're not dealing in their markets. Their markets should just be gone, wiped out, and non-existent, and we should just create a new market and trade within our own countries. And they're playing dirty, so well, just cut them off. They're cutting us off. So no more world trade. You have your own trade with your Western countries, and you reevaluate the wealth that way, because you're no longer working with these communist countries that are just working towards our downfall anyways. But anyways, we're getting back to the figures, and the figures that we're going to get from Super 7, some people have in hand already, And like I said, I've watched a lot of reviews on them, and you know, the bats is made pretty cool. Yes, they have the articulation of the 1982 to 84 figures where the head just goes side to side. You know, that's what you get from like your normal Storm Shadow, even Firefly, yes, because Firefly was 84. I always would call them Sabotage, but so we'll be looking at those figures next week once they arrive. It just really sucks that there has to be so much political crap going on in the world and all that garbage. But anyways, you know. So anyways, if things are not figured out soon, then it's going to be bad for us all. But nonetheless, you know, the Super 7 Snake Eyes, the visor is not as detailed as our, well, 85 version. So there's little things like that. But the cover girl is, you know, she looks pretty good. So we'll definitely be taking a look at those figures. But like I said, you know, help out Delta17. They are a local company that, you know, they'll be giving us the hind. Like, that is a friggin' cool, awesome looking chopper. Now he wants to open up all the back and everything, and wants you to have easy access so you can put your figures in there. So it's going to be pretty cool. This does look way better in blue, but it also looks good in gray. But again, Delta17toys.com. And sorry, I do have a cold. And you know, we went through the figure roll call. You have Death Sparrow, you have the gray and red Okami, you have Shadow Dragon, you have Jagger, then we have the Thunder Battalion. That's like the Russian Spetsnaz, and they are pretty awesome looking. Then we have Christelle, Leonidas, Shepherd, Preacher, Rooster looks fantastic as well, and then you have the A&B infantry troopers. And don't forget all the other lines we're getting too. You know, we're supposed to get in the Navy figures as well. They're showing up. Super 7 figures. Hopefully we get our call sign longbow figures and our Operation Recall figures, but with all the turmoil going on in China, I don't know if they'll have to, you know, like reroute stuff through like Vietnam or something just to get it. So I don't know what's gonna go on. You know, someone's got to talk to Carson from 3D Joe's and find out if they're gonna have to redirect the figures so we can get stuff still from China that way, or if it's gonna have to get shipped to Mexico through China to Mexico to the States. Who knows? Oh, just delays and delays just to get these awesome figures, but it'll be worth it in the end. You know, I don't know what else to tell you, but I just love collecting. I love these figures, and I hate all this political crap going on in the world because all these tariffs and shit hurt all businesses, and it hurts the consumers. So and it ruins the trade. You know. But I do have lots of extra weapons, tons of stuff, and my video is done. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos with others, and get these figures today. Delta17!